OK, next question, Jamie. This is for you. It says, in the best team that Carragher ever played for in his Liverpool career, who would make it into this current Liverpool team or squad and why?
Well,
you can say yourself as well.
No chance it'd be me. I mean, it's a toss-up between Steven Gerrard and Luis Suarez, really. I mean, you can imagine Luis Suarez at his best playing centre-forward in this team, maybe instead of Firmino, even though I love Firmino, or Steven Gerrard playing in that, midfield position, attacking midfield. And to be fair, this Liverpool team, it hasn't got someone in midfield who gets 15, 20 goals the way some of the great midfield players have done in the past, like Stevie, Lampard, Yaya Toure. So I'll go for Stevie in the midfield three of Liverpool now. I'm not saying whose place he's going to take.
I was going to ask you that. You're not going to say?
No. But listen, Stevie Gerrard's best position was the right-hand side of a three. So at times that's Jordan Henderson, at times it's Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita. So there's lots of different ones. So I'm edging my bets, really. Whose place he'd take. And
I've heard you talk about Stevie G. I know he's a good friend of yours many times. Is he the most complete player you'd say you've ever played with in your career?
Yes, because I always describe Stevie as people talk about strengths and weaknesses in players, and Stevie's biggest strength, he didn't have a weakness. he could do it. You name your checklist of player what you want from them: passing, goals, physical attributes, running, pace. He could play different positions. He was good in the air. 6'2" or something. So he ticked every box. So yeah, let's get Stevie in this team.
Okay, Stevie makes the cut. Right, next question. This is from the Pretty Brutal Show, who says, other than Man City or Liverpool, who has a better chance of winning the league, Chelsea or Manchester United, Nicole?
Oh, you see, I think it's really tough. And also, it's so early on in the season to kind of be deciding already who's going to win the league and who's coming second, third. Chelsea and Man United. I'm probably backing Man United. I do think with...
How many penalties do you get?
Is that a factor?
Yeah, possibly. I do think they're looking a bit stronger than Chelsea. I feel a bit unconvinced at the moment with Chelsea, and obviously it'll be interesting to see how their signings do play out. But right now, from what I've seen from the season so far, I'm betting on United over Chelsea, I think.
Do you agree, Jamie?
Yeah, I do. I think I feel a little bit more confident in saying where United could finish this season, even though you haven't started the season great. Whereas Chelsea, when you bring so many players in, you don't know. It could be amazing.
Yeah.
But it could go completely the other way. So Chelsea could be the team who really push Liverpool for the title, but they could also finish sixth. I'm not quite sure. I don't see United finishing sixth. I'm pretty confident they'll finish in the top four, but I don't think they'd really push whoever's going to win the league, really, either.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, I would say that with Chelsea, because of the new signings, it might push the youngsters even more to kind of show what they've got. So it will be interesting to see how that pans out. But you just can't tell yet.
Yeah, we saw that, didn't we? Three youngsters scoring, three English players scoring against West Brom for Chelsea. So it'll be interesting to see who does finish higher. Next question is for Jamie. Who is better, very simply, prime Vidic or prime Van Dijk? Two top players, of course.
Yeah, prime Van Dijk. And that's not a Liverpool Man United thing. I mean, I was a huge fan of Vidic. Obviously played in my era. Great defender, throws body in front of anything. But Rio Ferdinand was almost the guy who was the elegant one.
Yeah, better on the ball, you think?
Yeah,
technically. Yeah.
Whereas I think Van Dijk's almost like a mixture of both, really. I think Van Dijk dominates in the air the way Vidic used to, but also he's got that extra bit of pace and probably class on the ball. So I'd go for Van Dijk.
OK, next one's for both of you. It quite simply says, who's going to be the best signing this season?
Ooh. There have been a lot of good signings, to be fair.
I know,
this
I hope it will be.
Who do you hope?
I hope it'll be Gareth Bale.
Do you? Oh, I think Bale will be
I think it'll be brilliant for the Premier League if Bale comes back. And I don't think we're going to see what we saw beforehand because he's older, he's had injuries, maybe that pace isn't there as much, but he's still quick. And I just think it'd be a brilliant story, the fact that he come back to Spurs and maybe took Spurs to a trophy. That was the one thing that Spurs team and he lacked when he was there. Brilliant team under Harry Redknapp, doing well in the Champions League. He was winning Player of the Year trophies, but they never got a team trophy, even under Pochettino as well. So I think I'd like to see Gareth Bale lift the trophy for Spurs.
Would you like to see Gareth Bale lift the trophy for Spurs, Nicole?
Oh, funnily enough, absolutely not. I think I might go for James Rodriguez, just because I do think if we're looking at the difference that a player can make in the team, I think at Everton, him coming in, 3 wins so far out of 3, working with Ancelotti, I think he's going to make the team really solid and look a lot more confident. And it'll be interesting to see how well they might do as well this season.
OK, so Jamie goes with Bale, you go with James Rodriguez. Good question, that. Last question. Apologies in advance for this one, Jamie. I'm not sure you're going to like this, but will Liverpool be the same if Klopp decides to leave Liverpool? And who can take over Klopp's philosophy at Liverpool? I didn't know Klopp was leaving.
Yeah, that's news.
4 years. I'll come back on this show and answer this question in 4 years. No, they won't be the same.
No.
He's a legendary, figure, manager. One of the top managers in world football. Will Liverpool, when Klopp goes, get a manager of that level? They will try to, of course.
Yeah.
And it's not just getting a manager of that level, it's the connection Klopp has with the club and the supporters and the city. That's, they've really taken to Klopp. The way they play football, it's easy for another manager to come in and say, I'll continue what Klopp does, but he's not Klopp.
Yeah.
So our new manager's got to come in, put his own ideas in there, and will it be as successful? And if Liverpool do what we think they'll do over the next 2 or 3 years, maybe win a few more trophies, another couple of league titles, it'd be very difficult to replicate for anyone to come in after Klopp.
And just with regards to this specific question, I presume you can't see him going anywhere anytime soon.
What do you know?
No, I mean, he's when he finishes at Liverpool, I think we all accept the fact that when his contract finishes, he'll be gone. He's never been at a club that long before. He's always had a decent stint at his 2 clubs before, at Mainz and Dortmund. He's done 7 years at both. Yeah. I think this gets him almost up to 9 years, I think, if he finishes when the contract does. So I think Klopp has said publicly he'd like a well-earned rest, shall we say, then, and then he'll decide after 12 months what he's going to do. But I think he'd see it out, and I expect Liverpool to pick up a few more trophies.